Hello, my name is Juliana Gomez. This is week 3, the Cold War, and so we can get started with the questions of what we learned about in our crash course. So for the Cold War, it was between the USSR and the USA. It was played out globally, and so a lot of people try to get into it, and but it was mostly between the USSR and the United States. The Cold War, the battle of it is, it was considered a clash of civilizations, and that's when the Soviets saw Americans rebuilding efforts of Europe and parts of Japan and also the United States try to make it an expansion of their market, and that's what really started the Cold War. It was because of the expansion of markets. And so the war was really led by the destruction of human species. And so for us, we created nuclear activity and different battles that we had, that even Churchill said that this is the Iron Curtain, and what he meant is that there was a battle between the Red Army and that is pushing back the Nazis. And so this is more in their region in Eastern Europe that it really influenced. In the United States, some of the advantages we had is that we had money and power that provided Europe to rebuild itself while we were in this season. And so the battles of the Cold War were really in effect in Germany, and it's dividing into two places in the capital of Berlin. And so when we were talking about like communism in this video, you're seeing the Soviets really expand, and us trying to battle with each other. And so when we were in the battlegrounds, we're really trying to find the in-between, I guess. What we were trying to do, I don't know, but we got to that place of the Cold War. And so even the Marsh Plan was $13 billion. I can't even wrap my head around how much that is. The last video, there was about like 12 billion, and now we're at 13 billion to rebuild the West Europe and the grants and create Europeans to spend on American consumers. Yeah. And so our goods and our constructions and everything that we have. And so that's how we kind of worked it. And then I don't know why we did this, but we did. And so we were playing with our nuclear stuff, and we didn't tell Russia. And so there was the US and USSR that agreed on the strategy of MAD. And what MAD really signifies, it means multi-assured destruction. And so we have an agreement that we could wipe out everything with our nuclear bombs, which I don't understand why would we make that. We're going to wipe ourselves out too, but they did it. And then they started doing like the practice test, and we didn't tell Russia. And so that was not the smartest thing for us to do. And so in 1962, Cuban missiles were in a crisis, and then again in 1983. I don't know. We got to give some people some heads up. And so we launched our nuclear thing, and we didn't give a heads up to Russia, and then that's when the war games kind of launched. Besides Europe, there was other regions in the world that did the Cold War take place. And so in the Cold War, there was a branch of Europe including Asia, the Middle East, and Latin America. And then the individuals of the end of the Cold War was that there was different people that were involved within it that kind of brought social groups and less really the autonomy of what the Soviet Republicans really stood for. And so overall, the Cold War really impacted everyone, but there was, like we said, there was an Iron Curtain, and that impacted that region the most. And so I think when we come to strategizing plans and executing them, I think in future we have to really consider what it looks like to have communication and not make the same mistakes that we did once. All right. I hope you learned something today. I know I did. I hope we see you soon. All right. Bye.